You can see all this coal smoldering down here. You can see all the smoke coming up from the hillside right there. Has quite a smell. I don't smell it much here, but it's got its own unique smell. If you go over there, there's a little breeze right now, but if you go over there, right where the smoke is coming up, you can really smell it. Somewhat like burning oil, but different. A little tiny bit of sulfur smell, but still not really sulfur either. And it's definitely coal that's burning down there. Pretty amazing stuff. I can definitely think of some statements that explain this situation. By the way, coal is formed by organic matter that's compressed, like a lot of green stuff. Usually that's all compressed, and usually it involves water. It involves water and compression. And this place was covered by water before. The Bible is very clear about the worldwide flood, and the evidence around here is very clear about what's going on. You can see all the ocean life fossils, shark teeth, shrimp burrows, and in some other places around here they've found parts of turtles and other creatures. It's very interesting how you have all this life, these life forms that are just buried together and fossilized together. Stuff you would see right from the ocean, and also land animals too. They have fossils nearby of land animals that they found. So all buried together with these ocean creatures. Pretty amazing. That's exactly what we would expect to find when you follow the biblical record about the worldwide flood. It killed off all the animals in a great water catastrophe. I'm going to pan around here and show you a little bit of the valley down below. In fact, if I zoom out, you'll see it more. So there's the valley down below us. And the rock that I'm standing on right now is sandstone. You can see in this rock all the fossils of shrimp burrows. Right in front of us there's a kind of a Y shape that you can see there. And right near the edge of this rock you can see more of the shrimp burrows. There you go. Pretty easy to see all the shrimp burrows here. This is ocean life, 6,000 feet above sea level in New Mexico. Here are more of the shrimp burrows. And this fire underground with the coal keeps burning and burning. Doesn't stop. Always burning. And it's amazing how the rocks are broken apart there and cracked from all this heat from the years and from the smoke just venting out from the coal fire down below. So incredible. This reminds me of my grandpa's blacksmith shop. He had a hobby of collecting antiques, and he made his own blacksmith shop and got coal and burned it in there and would hammer out metal. And you can definitely smell that coal burning, very distinctive smell.
Let me share with you some powerful statements regarding the coal in the earth. These statements were penned nearly 100 years ago, but they still remain true today. Here's the first statement. It is true that remains found in the earth testify to the existence of men, animals, and plants much larger than any now known. These are regarded as proving the existence of vegetable and animal life prior to the time of the Mosaic record. But concerning these things, Bible history furnishes ample explanation. Before the flood, the development of vegetable and animal life was immeasurably superior to that which has since been known. At the flood, the surface of the earth was broken up, marked changes took place, and in the reformation of the earth's crust were preserved many evidences of the life previously existing. The vast forests buried in the earth at the time of the flood and since changed to coal form the extensive coal fields and yield the supplies of oil that minister to our comfort and convenience today. These things, as they are brought to light, are so many witnesses mutely testifying to the truth of the Word of God. Education, page 129. So we can see that these evidences very much testify to what God has done. At this time, immense forests were buried. These have since been changed to coal, forming the extensive coal beds that now exist, and also yielding large quantities of oil. The coal and oil frequently ignite and burn beneath the surface of the earth. Thus, rocks are heated, limestone is burned, and iron ore melted. The action of the water upon the lime adds fury to the intense heat and causes earthquakes, volcanoes, and fiery issues. As the fire and water come in contact with ledges of rock and ore, there are heavy explosions underground, which sound like muffled thunder. The air is hot and suffocating. Volcanic eruptions follow, and these often failing to give sufficient vent to the heated elements, the earth itself is convulsed. The ground heaves and swells like the waves of the sea. Great fissures appear, and sometimes cities, villages, and burning mountains are swallowed up. These wonderful manifestations will be more and more frequent and terrible just before the second coming of Christ and the end of the world, as signs of its speedy destruction. This comes from Patriarchs and Prophets, page 108. So here we can see in this place in New Mexico evidence of the coal igniting and burning underneath the earth. It's pretty incredible, isn't it? Well, I hope this information has been a blessing to you, and I hope that it will help us to think more about God and His Word and to take it seriously. If God destroyed the world by a flood anciently as a judgment against the sins of mankind, and today we see all the evidence in the earth, we see things like the coal beds and the layers of coal under the earth, which is all decomposed green matter. We see the oil and everything else there. Then we know, hey, the great flood took place. The evidence is there in the earth. All the greenery was destroyed and buried in these layers of sediment, and today we're living with those results. But that tells us that Jesus is coming again soon, and we need to be ready for the coming of Jesus. So let's make sure that we're ready, that we give our hearts to God, and that we follow Him. Well, that's it for now. Thanks so much for listening and watching, and I pray that God will take care of you, and you'll experience His blessings and grace through Jesus Christ. Thanks so much, and God bless. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.